There are a lot of books out there about what happens when disease and illness spread rampant across the globe. From Michael Crichton's Andromeda Strain to Stephen King's The Stand to pretty much anything written by Dean Koontz, Max Brooks, or Jonathan Mayberry. Most of those take on a horror element more than anything else. This month's author interview features a discussion about a very on the nose pandemic that hits a bit more close to home given recent years. So, with that in mind, please help me welcome Emily Hodson, author of Medicate Me. All right, Emily, thank you for joining me on the show. It is a pleasure to have you. Tell me about your work and what it is that you write.
Yeah, I have like things that I've written in the past, like when I was like a little younger, but typically when I do write, it's like thriller, fiction, sci-fi, and that's kind of my current one is it's actually a combo, a thriller and a sci-fi. That's what I've been focusing on is my newest book.
And the newest book is called Medicate Me, correct?
Mhm.
What's it about?
Yeah, so it's kind of a unique take on a fictional pandemic that I set. I actually wrote it during COVID for inspiration. And I came up with this idea where I wanted it to kind of like in the beginning read like somebody's like journal thoughts, like people are just really stressed about this pandemic in my book, and it's five first person present time POVs of like two females and three males, and they're all either intertwined already or they start to intertwine throughout the book. And basically, what's going on in this premise is, well, they're all in Seattle. A couple of them are in Renton, a suburb of Seattle, and not only are they dealing with mental health problems, but they start to discover like weird things, unanswered questions about like what is the virus, why is there a lockdown, and then there's like a pharmaceutical shortage with all these conspiracies and rumors where people keep hearing different things about like is it true or how are they distributing medication if there's pharmacy shortage. And so the characters are just kind of trying to figure it out, and either by themselves or together, and then they start to find out all these like there's like multiple twists in the book that so far a lot of people are shocked about who have read it.
That's really cool. It definitely sounds very reminiscent of what we were experiencing 4 years ago. So, how did you get into writing? Was this something that you've always wanted to do, or did you just wake up one day and be like, you know what, I feel like I need to write a book?
Yeah, so this actually it started when I was like 5, kind of funny story, but, like, I was, like, in church with my mom, and I was kinda bored at church, and I told my mom I was, like, bored during service, like, and she was like she gave me a pen and paper and said, "Just draw or just write or something," and so then I started drawing little things, and then fast forward, in a car ride at 7, again, "Mom, I'm bored." My mom turns around, gives me a pen and paper, "Just write," and then at 7 years old, I wrote like a little children's book, really horrible drawing and writing, but I still have it. And yeah, I started with that, and then basically as I got older, it was like one step at a time, like short story, children's book, smaller books, and then now I write like full length novels type of thing.
That's really cool. Yeah, I kind of got my start at a young age as well. What are some of the inspirations that you have in writing? Obviously, you drew inspiration from what was going on with the COVID-19 pandemic, because I mean, it was right there in front of you. How could you not? But what are some other things that inspire you when you're in that writing creative phase?
Yeah, well, usually I admit I actually watch more movies and listen to more audiobooks than I read. I do read, but I'm very slow at it. It can take me 2 weeks to 3 months to finish a book because I also don't want to part with the book. Like I just kind of like a TV show, pick up with the series episode 1, 2 kind of thing. And so I actually am such a visual person. What was I getting at with this? Yeah, I'm a visual person, so I consume so many movies and television shows daily that it's stored in my brain it's tucked away for if I want to clash that with my ideas and then grab things from the real world or from my own experiences. That's like how I that's what inspires me. And then of course, if I have either a really great experience in life or a really scary experience, a sad experience. It's kind of based on my mood with whatever I'm writing or whatever chapters in my life personally.
So, what has been one of the biggest challenges or one of the hardest parts of being a writer that you've encountered?
I would say it's actually I was about to say writer block, but it's actually not that. It's that I have a full-time job and that like blocks me like and then I get a writer's block from the block of the work. And so I feel like a lot of people who are writers also work full time and I think that that is like the biggest challenge is like compartmentalizing my brain from data stuff and processing stuff at my work from home job and then getting off work to like write or edit or work on my audiobook. But anyways, that is all just a part of compartmentalizing being a writer. I have to like really shift my focus and really like get onto it.
With all that said, as far as some of the challenges that you faced, what would be some advice that you would give to other would-be authors out there watching or listening to this and trying to get some insight for what they're doing?
Well, if you okay, so I feel like if somebody is has been writing or dabbling since they're a kid, I would like kind of tell them like self-reflect the why because when I hear people like that they're like saying I'm busy or I don't have time or I can't write more than a page. I would say go back to your roots and figure out why you were into it. If it's someone just wanting to straight up write like maybe they're 25, 40, I would just say it's the more you overthink, the less writing, the more procrastination, the more distractions online of like looking at other people doing their thing with writing. And I think when you it's very hard, I struggle with this, is like not looking at other people's stuff and trying to like distract or come up with excuses to not write. I just figure go outside on your porch, just kind of think about your day or the last few years of your life and watch a lot of movies and TV shows that are of your genre interest kind of thing and kind of just a mix of everything, but most importantly no overthinking, and that's what I still do.
Well, that's cool. So, Emily, how can people connect with you and get copies of Medicate Me?
Yeah, so the best way to connect with me, I'm like honestly, yeah, I don't even have a Facebook page. I just do Instagram. No TikTok. Sorry, I don't like TikTok, but uh well, I'm not good at it. I think I'm a little too old for TikTok. No, I'm kidding. Instagram is very special to me. Like I've had it since 2011, so that's kind of like my favorite place to be. People can catch me on Bookstagram. That's what they call it now when I joined. My handle, do you want me to give you my handle?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. It's a one word. It's Emily Hodson, EMILYHODSON underscore author.
Cool.
Oh gosh.
And do
I
you have a
know.
website?
In production. I got to get onto that. Thanks for reminding me. I've just been literally I've been such a simple person. I just have a website on Instagram page that just says buy my book on Amazon or Poshmark or Mercari. But I really need it. I heard it's just way more professional, so I got to get onto that.
All right, Emily, thank you for entertaining me here on the right way. This has been a lot of fun getting to know you as an author, and I'm glad that we were able to do this.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Garrett, for having me on the interview. It was fun.
I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you to Emily, this month's author awareness interviewee. I'll have more information about where to get a copy of her book in just a bit.